Oh, oh, oh. Tell me why I should believe you.
Here's no. Be quiet. Be quiet. You were not locked out.
Locked out.
No,
Honestly,
you weren't.
when he gave me and to show the video, I have this. I apologize. I have no excuse.
You know what? I am not going to sit here and try to overtalk you because if you keep interrupting me, you're going to be going with my bailiff. You want to know what? You keep it up. What did I tell you? You think I'm kidding? Do you think I'm?
All right, let's break this one down because honestly, it might be one of the funniest, most confusing court hearings I've ever seen that we've got a tenant. This guy thinks he's clever. He thinks he can outsmart the judge, the landlord, the lawyers, everybody. But here's the truth. The only person he's fooling is himself. And so what's a big claim? He says his landlord locked him out of his apartment. Pretty serious accusation, right? Problem is, he already told this story once before, and he got caught lying. That should have been the end of it. But instead of just walking away, he came back again, doubled down, and repeated the same nonsense like nobody would remember. From the moment he starts talking, you can tell where this is going. He admits right away, last time I was here, I lied. Okay, good. Finally some honesty. But within seconds, he slips back into another mess of excuses. He goes on and on about how he didn't actually surrender his apartment, but somehow he also admits that he took $400 from the landlord. Now let's pause here. Why would somebody pay you $400 if you weren't giving up the place? It doesn't make sense. And the judge, Judge Simpson, points that out. He asks him straight up, why did you take the $400? The tenant has no clear answer. Instead, he starts spinning this wild story about being scared, being on medications, being out on the street, having no family or friends. He piles on excuse after excuse. Everything except the truth. At one point, he says he didn't even want the money. But when you look at the facts, not only did he take the money once, he might have taken it twice. And the whole time, he's trying to convince everyone that he was a victim of some kind of illegal lockout. It's painful to watch, but also kind of hilarious. He apologizes while still lying. He says he didn't want to interrupt while interrupting. He keeps repeating the same phrases like he's stuck on a broken record. The locks were changed. I couldn't get in. The locks were changed. I couldn't get in. Over and over and over again. If you've ever watched a video game glitch where the character just keeps repeating the same movement, that's exactly what this guy looks like. Just stuck in a loop. Meanwhile, Judge Simpson is sitting there with the most patient but frustrated look on his face. You can almost see the thought bubble above his head. Why am I even here? Why am I listening to this nonsense? And the lawyer? His lawyer looks like he wishes he was anywhere else in the world. At one point, you can practically see the embarrassment on his face. And later, he actually withdraws from the case. He literally says, yeah, I can't represent this guy anymore. And honestly, who can blame him? The judge eventually lays it all out. He explains how the tenant wasted everyone's time, lied to the court, lied to community services, even got housing support under false pretenses by pretending he was locked out. Then he delivers the verdict. There was no lockout. The tenant surrendered the place, and the landlord gets full possession of the apartment. Case closed. But here's the thing, you know how bad it was? The courtroom literally applauded at the end. You never see that. People were so done with this guy's endless excuses that they actually clapped when the judge shut it down. And honestly, I don't blame them one bit. This guy really thought he could turn the court into some kind of hustle, showing up again and again, repeating the same 4 lines, and walking out with $400 each time. But that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works in the end. He walked away with nothing. The landlord gets to move forward and rent the place to somebody else. The judge gets to breathe again. And this guy, he just gets remembered as a tenant who lied so badly. Even his own lawyer gave up on him that is, oh yeah. If you were counting how many times he said, the locks were changed, let me know in the comments. I swear it had to be at least 20, maybe more. This whole hearing was a mix of comedy and frustration. On one hand, it's annoying to hear someone waste so much time with lies. On the other hand, it's almost entertaining to watch them get tangled up in their own WEB. At the end of the day, the lesson is simple. If you lie to court, the truth will catch up to you every single time.